Did you ever get consent to search the bags?
In fact, you knew that, correct?
I'm not sure if I knew that when I called.
And when you asked to say search the cab of the vehicle, the driver told you no, correct?
He did not say the words no. He said, I can't give you permission.
You just testified that he did not give you permission. When you say 38 minutes, what are you looking for in that first 38 minutes?
That's the average time of that year.
In this, you didn't even start to search the vehicle until 50 minutes, correct?
That's what the time says, sir.
Did you ask anything about whether there were any weapons in the vehicle?
I mean, that seems like a logical question, sir, but I don't.
In Michigan, a routine commercial vehicle inspection on US 131 turned into a Fourth Amendment case that raised a fundamental question in search and seizure law. Whose permission do you actually need before opening a bag inside someone else's vehicle? Trooper Rickliffs of the Michigan State Police stopped a commercial box truck for a headlight violation and began a standard inspection. The driver gave consent to search the cargo area. The passenger gave consent to search his duffel bag, but there was another bag inside the truck pushed under the passenger seat, heavy, unclaimed, and with no identified owner at the time. Neither the driver nor the passenger claimed the bag, and the trooper opened it without first giving either person the opportunity to say whether it belonged to them. We are in Judge Wiggins' courtroom, and the judge has a very specific question. What did the Fourth Amendment actually require before that bag was ever touched?
All right, counsel, we are here for a preliminary examination on a carrying concealed weapon. Is there any resolution to this matter?
There is not, Your Honor.
Mr. Carnes, your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The people called Trooper Edward Rickliffs.
Trooper, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right, you may have a seat.
Can you please state your name and spell it for the record?
Edward Rickliffs, Rickleff, F as in Frank, S as in Sam.
And where are you employed?
I am with the Michigan State Police, currently as a commercial vehicle enforcement division, assigned to the Holden Lake Post.
Okay. And were you working in that capacity on November 14th of 2024?
Yes, sir, I was.
And what happened during that shift that brings you into court today?
I stopped a commercial vehicle that I observed traveling on the interstate for it had a headlight on.
Okay. What is the significance of a headlight out on a commercial vehicle?
Well, it's a equipment that's required to have both under state and federal statute.
And where did this stop occur?
It's M115 near between 13th Street and 34th Road.
Do you happen to know what township that's in?
Selma Township. What's the township?
What happened after you made this stop?
I contacted the defendant here, Mr. Lasker. He was in the passenger seat, and they contacted the driver, Mr. Antonio Rankins.
And you just gestured to Mr. Lassiter. Do you see Mr. Lassiter in the courtroom today?
I do, sir. He's on the screen there with the headphones on the screen, right?
Your Honor, may the record reflect the witnesses identified the defendant.
Mr. Champion, any objection?
For the purpose of preliminary, Your Honor.
The record will so reflect.
And what, if anything, did you notice about this truck during the stop?
The passenger side headlight was in fact out. It was missing the company name and it had a DOT number, but I don't believe it was the DOT number that was associated with the name of the company. And the defendant was had his eyes closed, pretended to sleep against the B-pillar.
What's the significance of the door that you just described?
Being that they're an interstate carrier, they're required to have their company name, DOT number, US DOT number.
Your Honor, I would ask for clarification. I'm not sure who they are.
The owner of the truck. The truck is not. Sure.
What, if anything else, did you notice during the stop?
That the driver, he didn't have a logbook. He didn't have illogical. So driving a truck is about making money.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. I'm not sure who he's referring to.
Trooper Reckless, who are you referring to when you say they did not have a logbook?
The driver, sorry, Mr. Rankins did not have a logbook.
Right.
Sorry. And he did not have a logical story of where they were going and for what purpose.
Again, I'm going to object for hearsay.
Well, he's trying to assert any truths asserted by, he's just explaining what was suspicious about the situation.
Mr. Carnes, is this going to why Officer Reckless may have done what he did?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I will allow it.
So where we left off, you were talking about a logbook. What, if anything else, did you notice about this truck?
I wasn't carrying any type of any load at the time, and he The driver did not indicate they were gonna go pick up a load. I did talk to Mr. Lassiter, and he advised me, I believe it's right on video, that he just rides on the truck, he loads the truck and unloads the truck. He didn't know, as I remember, travel plans.
Ben, I think you were also starting to explain your suspicions with the commercial nature. Can you explain that suspicion?
Well, commercial trucks are about making money. They're very expensive to operate. And they're also required, being that they're from out of state, to show me how many days they've been driving, how many hours they've been driving. And typically they have a place they came from and a place they're going to for a reason.
And what, if any, of those items were you shown during this stop?
The driver, Mr. Rankins, was not able to provide me with a logbook. He said he didn't have one.
And what was your concern at this time?
This was not logical behavior, commercial traffic behavior. He's a North Carolina truck driver with a North Carolina truck doing interstate commerce.
Objection, Your Honor, there's been no testimony that he was doing any type of commerce.
Oh, the testimony. I believe that the trooper is testifying as to what he was observing and why he became suspicious. From what I gather is we have a North Carolina driver with a North Carolina truck in Michigan. Is that about where we're at?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll allow the testimony.
Please continue.
The driver said that he had just gotten to Grand Rapids to pick up the truck, and he was taking it to Traverse. Eventually came out, he was taking it to Traverse City for repairs, which is commerce. You're maintaining the business, you're maintaining the truck, you're maintaining operations.
What, if anything, did you do as a result of these concerns?
I called a more senior officer that I've only been doing commercial vehicle enforcement since April. And so I called one of the officers that helped train me. Just it wasn't clear to me what they could be doing as far as how this would be lodged with commercial traffic.
And after speaking with that other officer, what did you do?
I talked to the driver some more, and he showed me the rear of the truck. They weren't carrying anything. But they had a couple personal bags. Each had a duffel bag, and I asked consent to search each duffel bag, the presence of each, Mr. Lasker and Mr. Rankin.
Okay. Did you receive any identification as to whose bag was whose?
Yes, they pointed out to each one. One was red, one was black. I'd have to refer to my report whose was what, but they were standing in my presence and indicated that was their bag.
Okay. What, if anything, did you find in defendant's bag?
I found a box of 45 APC handgun shells.
And what, if any, concerns did this raise?
Well, being 1,000 miles from home, it would seem unlikely that one would carry ammunition and no firearm.
What, if anything, did you do based on this suspicion?
I asked the driver for consent to search. He did not wish to allow that. So I asked the owner over the phone, Mr. Desmond.
I'm going to object, Your Honor, that is hearsay.
It is.
I agree that is hearsay.
I have been
Without saying who said anything, who did you speak to on the phone?
Again, I'm going to object, it's hearsay. There's absolutely no way to determine who is actually on the phone.
Mr. Carnes?
I think I can skip over that. What did you do after talking to other people?
I searched the cab of the truck.
And
And I searched what I thought was a woman's handbag that was buried under the front passenger seat. It was heavy, felt like it could potentially have a handgun in it, or a firearm of some sort. It wasn't big enough to carry a long gun.
And what did you find in that bag?
2 semi-automatic pistols, black in color, both 45, both had magazines, with ammunition in the pistol.
What, if any, statements?
Hold on. Mr. Lassiter, did you need to speak with Mr. Champion?
Yes.
Mr. Champion, can you get into a breakout room?
I can't.
All right, Mr. Lassiter, Mr. Champion's going to join Zoom, and I'll put you both into a breakout room.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Champion, are we able to proceed?
We are, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Carnes?
What, if anything, did defendant tell you after this?
I did read them. We went back to my patrol car, I read them, Marine, and we agreed to speak with them. He purchased one of the two guns from a dancer named Lyric, and I'm not sure what the other I have to refer to my report.
Did he make, what if any statements did he make about who the guns?
That they were his guns, and that the one he purchased from the dance ring lyric, and I cannot, without referring to my report, refer where the other gun came from.
It's okay, I don't
Okay.
think it's relevant. So you said these guns were found in a bag. Again, where in the vehicle was that bag found?
So the truck only has a bench seat, driver, passenger, and there's a person who's sitting in the middle as well. And it's like a 60-40 or 70-30 split seat, where 70% of the seats folds up. And underneath there was things you would find in a truck, bags, triangles, like reflective triangles. And underneath that was what I interpreted was a woman's, my wife has a purse just like it's a garment leather backpack. Black in color.
This was all in the passenger.
It was
area.
stuffed under like you lifted the seat up and it was stuffed under the seat with some items on top of it.
And that's the seat the passenger would sit in.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you, I have no further questions.
Mr. Champion?
I'm sorry if I may go back. Did you inspect these guns at all?
I could not read the serial number. There was two guns. One I could read the serial number and run on scene. The other one I cleared to stop. Mr. Laster and Mr. Rankins went on the travels.
I'm sorry, let me rephrase that question. Did you conduct any visual inspection overall of these handguns?
Eventually, I did clear them at the scene, and I had to take back the post to observe the serial numbers.
But putting aside any serial numbers, what, if anything, did you notice when you inspected these firearms?
They both had loaded magazines in the magazine walls of each pistol. One had a loaded chamber, one did not.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions now.
Sir, what was the date and time of this?
November 14th, approximately 2 in the afternoon, sir.
In the afternoon,
Of
correct?
2024.
Is that correct? It was light out, right?
Yes, it was overcast.
And you first saw this vehicle where?
US 131 northbound?
Was this a private highway?
Yes, sir.
Was it going the other direction?
It was, sir.
You stopped the vehicle where?
M115 near 34 Road.
And the driver was who?
Antonio Rankin.
This vehicle was a box truck, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How far off the ground was the cab of this vehicle?
4.5 feet, sir.
Could you see it just walking up and look into it? Or did you have to get up on the?
I stepped up on to talk to the driver.
So you stopped the vehicle about 12 o'clock, is that right?
2 o'clock.
Or 2 o'clock? And about 3 o'clock, you searched the vehicle, is that right?
That's what's in the report, sir.
Your report says that we're 50 minutes into the conversation with the individuals that you started the search, is that right? You stopped the vehicle for a simple equipment violation.
Yes, sir.
It's not a violation in the middle of the day to have headlights, is that correct?
To not have headlights?
To have headlights, is it required
For a commercial motor vehicle.
in the middle of the day?
Yes, sir.
They have to be operating?
No, they don't have to be operated. Yeah, functional.
This had headlights, is that correct?
That's when it's functional.
Didn't function, but it had, correct?
Yeah, but it had in the other case, I don't know if it had a bulb in it, sir.
Did it have a ball in it?
I don't know if it had a bulb in it, sir. It didn't light up.
Did you check it? Did you check both of them?
Did I look inside of it? No, when I walked around the front, yes, you could see the passenger side.
What lights did you check during this inspection?
The headlights.
Any others?
I did not.
What were the conditions of the brake?
You're talking about a level 1 inspection, sir.
Now, what inspections did you do?
I ultimately did a level 3.
What inspections did you do?
Driver document inspection, level 3.
They said they picked up a vehicle and was taken for repairs, is that correct?
That's what he said, sir.
And is there anything wrong with that?
He's still required to show me a logbook how he got calibrated.
Was he on a trip?
Yes,
What was that trip? To Traverse City, is that
that's
correct?
what he said, sir.
But you found that suspicious, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, the backpacks or duffel bags that you described as red and black.
Yes,
I
sir.
believe that was the first thing you searched, and that was at approximately 3 o'clock, a few minutes before 3 o'clock, is that right? So between the time you stopped the vehicle And the time that you searched for the backpacks, you issued a citation?
No.
What did you do in that 50 minutes?
Completing my inspection.
Pardon?
I was completing my inspection.
Which was?
The commercial motor vehicle inspection, sir.
Which was, exactly.
Mhm.
What was it? What did you do
Ultimately,
in 15 minutes?
I called my senior officer to see what I could be missing.
What were you missing?
I was missing a logbook.
Didn't you call and ask him to help in the search of the vehicle?
I could have.
Is that part of an inspection, to search a vehicle?
We could check the loads, sir.
There wasn't a load. Is that right?
Correct.
In fact, you knew that, correct?
I'm not sure if I knew that when I called.
Well, you opened up the back of the pickup truck or the
I'm not-
box truck,
I'm
is that
not
right?
I'm not sure if that was before the phone call. I watched the first 15 minutes of my stop, sir, of the video.
When did you open the back of the truck, which is a box truck, right?
It was sometime after 15 minutes.
And that's where the duffel bags, personal duffel bags of the two individuals were located, correct?
Yes, sir.
And when you asked to say, search the cab of the vehicle, the driver told you no, correct?
He did not say the words no. He said, I can't give you
You
permission.
just testified that he did not give you permission.
That's not the word no.
Let the record speak for itself.
Okay.
Then why did you call someone else?
Why did I call Officer Roll?
No, why did you call another individual, someone you thought was the owner of the vehicle,
It was,
if the driver had not given you permission?
he had been calling him during the stop, sir.
Pardon?
He had been calling him during the stop. I think he might have
Now,
been.
why did you, if the driver gave you permission, why did you find a need to call somebody else to ask for permission?
As I recall, the driver called the owner. And it said, the officer asked.
That's the
Okay.
hearsay.
Okay.
I'll allow it. You open the door for it.
What I asked is why? Why did he?
Because the driver said, I've only had the truck 2 hours. I don't feel I can give you permission.
So you didn't have permission, is that correct?
And he did not say no. That was my testimony.
Did the passenger give you permission to search?
He did not. Just the bag. They did give me permission to search the bags.
And you searched that, but
Yes.
he did not give you permission to search the
Yeah.
passenger. Is that correct?
Clarify, sir.
You did my client did not give you permission to search the cab of the vehicle.
He
Is
did
that
not.
right?
He did not.
And you found a bag, a sealed bag in that. What was in that bag, correct?
I did not.
You didn't have permission from anyone to search that bag. Is that correct? You did not have anyone's permission to search that bag. Is that right?
Not Mr. Lesser.
And you didn't know who the bag belonged to. Is
I
that
did not.
correct?
I did not.
And that was a little over an hour into the stop. Is that right?
That's what the clock says.
And up to that point in time, you never advised anyone of the Miranda rights, correct?
Not at that time, no, sir.
You've already said they were over 1,000 miles from home. Is that right?
That's my estimate.
They weren't free to leave. Is that correct?
We were on a commercial vehicle inspection, sir.
Well, that doesn't apply to the passenger, correct?
You see, leave at any time.
Was it?
Look, there's case law. I don't know what the time.
Now, my question to you, was he free to leave?
I don't believe I could order this day.
You sure you didn't?
I don't know that I said those words, sir.
Thank you. Have another question.
Mr. Carnes?
Officer Rickliffs, in November of 2024, how long had you been working as a motor vehicle officer or commercial motor vehicle officer?
April 10th of that year was my first day on my own.
And how long was your average commercial motor vehicle stopped during the year of 2024?
From May 1st to this end of December, my average inspection was 38 minutes and 54 seconds.
What is the legal significance of a passenger in a commercial motor vehicle as opposed to a private motor vehicle?
There is a federal regulation that only authorized passengers authorized by the carrier can ride. A driver cannot Uber passengers around in his travels if he's a property carrying driver.
Thank you, officer. I have no further questions.
Mr. Champion?
What type of vehicles were those that you were inspecting?
Can you clarify, sir?
Well, you said it takes an average of 38 minutes per inspection, correct?
It could, yes, sir.
What type of vehicles were you inspecting?
It could be anything from what you would think of an 18-wheeler to a pickup truck and trailers.
Times change based upon that?
They can.
So when you say 38 minutes, what are you looking for in that first 38 minutes?
That's the average time of that year.
In this, you didn't even start to search the vehicle until 50 minutes, correct?
That's what that's what the time says, sir.
And this vehicle had no cargo, is that right?
No,
And confessed it was being transported from one location to another for.
Mr. Conner?
What if any concern was raised with this vehicle traveling from Holland to Traverse City for vehicle repairs?
driver was, Mr. Rankins was uncertain of what exactly was wrong with the truck. He couldn't articulate it. Towards the end, he said it had something to do with the cargo lot. I could not see outward need for repairs.
Trooper, a couple questions I have.
Yes,
Do you ever get consent to search the bags?
the duffel bags, sir.
The
Not
duffel bags in the back, but I'm sorry. So you got consent to search the bags in the cargo area, correct?
Yes,
But the bag underneath the front seat, did you get permission to search that?
I did not, sir.
Did anybody ever claim that bag?
After I searched it, Mr. Lasser claimed it, sir.
Did you give anybody the opportunity to claim it beforehand?
I did not. I thought it was a woman's purse.
Was anybody around the vehicle when you searched that, what you thought was a purse?
I believe everybody was standing in front of the truck, or the front of the truck.
And nobody said, hey, that's my bag underneath there?
No, sir. I felt the bag was heavy, sir. It was heavier than what I thought it should be. Found 2 guns. I came around the door and I said, whose bag is this? Mr. Lasser said it was his, and he said, as I recall, I didn't give you permission to search it.
Was that before or after you opened it?
It was after I opened it, sir.
And you said as he recalled, he didn't give you permission to search it?
No, he said you didn't ask me for permission.
Okay. And do you recall what types of firearms they were that you located?
One was a 1911, and I'm sure of the manufacturer, and they're both 45s, which match the ammo in the bag. And the other one was a Smith & Wesson semi-automatic,
Okay.
45.
Now, when I think of a box truck, I think of a stake truck with a cargo box on the back of it.
It was a van box, or like a rider truck with an
Okay.
enclosed boxer.
All right. And so I can see, do you remember what type of truck it was?
I believe it's an international, but it could have been another brand.
Okay.
But
So
it was yellow as if it was at one time in its life a Penske or a rider truck.
all right. So it's not like a van box truck, but an actual
Pass through.
tractor.
No, it's a continuous truck. We call it straight truck. There's no trailer.
When you searched underneath the seat of the vehicle, you had already seen that the cargo bay was empty other than the duffel bags back there.
Duffel bag, a pallet jack, and a spare tire roller.
And help me understand what the stop was for. Why did you actually stop the vehicle?
It had a headlight that wasn't operating.
And when did you realize it didn't have the DOT numbers?
It had DOT numbers, but it's not the ones of the company that he told me. The driver tells me it's
Okay.
A&D Logistics. And it had a spot on the door where you could see the sticky tape where it had some driver. All he needs is either a magnet.
Mhm.
It only has to be written. It could be a magnet, it could be a sign. And you see the remnants of the sticky tape, but the square is missing.
So it had
both
DOT numbers on it, just not assigned to that.
Not the
company.
one that of the company that the driver tells me it was A&D Logistics.
All right. And if I understood you correctly, you said you encountered the vehicle on 131,
Yes, sir.
and were you headed the same direction or in opposite direction?
Opposites. That's why it took me so long to catch up to it.
All right. So it was headed which direction?
Up westbound on 150.
But when you first saw it,
It was northbound on 131, sir.
all right. And where did you first see it on northbound 131?
About where the rest area is. We were going out
Just south of town. All right. And then where did you must have been headed southbound then?
Yes, sir.
Where did you make your turn at?
At the county line and come back north. And then they turned on to 150.
Council, does that raise any additional questions?
None on behalf of the people.
Mr. Champion?
It does. So when you found the bag, you had no permission to open the bag from either the driver or the passenger, is that
I did.
right? And you opened it and then you approached Mr. Lasker and asked, whose this is?
I believe I just asked them both, who's this?
Is it true that you placed Mr. Laster in the back of your patrol car at that point in time?
No, sir, he was never in the back of my patrol.
Was he in the front of your patrol car?
Yes, I don't know what time inspired in between. That's where we talked.
If the report indicates at that point in time, you advised him of his rights, and that's when and you told him that if he admitted that he did not go to jail, would that refresh your memory?
I said it. Did you answer?
Did you advise Mr. Lassiter after you found the guns and ask him who they belonged to? That was after he was placed in your patrol car and you advised him of his Miranda rights, or what that comment that?
I don't recall ever saying anything about if you confess, you won't go to jail.
The report indicates that, and the body cam indicates that. You don't disagree with that.
I said if you confess, you won't go to jail.
Yeah.
That just does not sound like me, sir.
So you had no permission
In
to
the
search?
report, sir?
Yes. So you had no permission to
I
search?
probably told him I was taking the jail.
Hold on, let him finish his question.
You had no permission to ever search his bag from either the passenger or the driver, is that correct? Thank you.
Mr. Carnes?
Can you explain, what permission you had to search the cab of the vehicle where this bag was found?
Mr. Desmond gave me permission to search the cab. I felt I had probable cause to search it with the ammunition.
And who is Mr. Desmond?
He's the owner of the company.
That's all my question.
Mr. Champion?
Nothing further.
Trooper, you just stated that you thought you had probable cause to search based on what you found in
The ammunition.
the ammunition. Can you explain that for me?
Just the, it would be to me, it would be highly unusual to travel with handgun ammunition to not have a handgun present, sir.
And what do you base that on?
Life experience, sir.
That would be,
Being a gun owner, being in law enforcement.
so then when you searched the cab of the truck, you were looking, your
My
thought
was
process,
find
you
a
would
gun.
find a firearm.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Carnes, does that raise any additional questions?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Champion?
What you found was in the cab, was not in the cab of the vehicle, is that correct?
Yes, sir, it was. It was under the seat.
The ammunition was in the back, is that right?
It was.
The cargo area.
In the duffel bag.
And the bag that you found was a sealed bag, and you did not ask who that belonged to, is that right?
I did not, sir.
And you opened it without anyone's permission, is that correct?
I just felt out my vehicle.
Mr. Carnes?
There's no further questions.
Trooper, after you found the ammunition, did you question anybody about the ammunition?
Mr. Lester said it was his, and we asked if Trooper Campbell could pat him down, and he agreed.
Did you ask anything about whether there were any weapons in the vehicle?
I do not recall. I mean, that seems like a logical question, sir, but I don't want to just.
Fair enough. Mr. Carnes, any additional questions?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Champion,
Nothing further.
may the trooper step down. Mr. Carnes' argument?
Thank you, Your Honor. I do think probable cause exists to bind the defendant over on the charge of carrying a concealed weapon. We did hear testimony that this vehicle was stopped for defective equipment. There was an inspection. There were questions asked. There was a consent search in the rear of the vehicle, which turned up ammunition. Certainly nothing illegal about that in the rear of the vehicle, but it did raise suspicions. Then there was a consent search of the cab of the vehicle, which turned up 2 loaded .45 pistols, which does violate the carrying a concealed weapon statute in Michigan. I would ask the court to bind the defendant over as charged. Thank you.
Mr. Champion?
If we look at the case of People v. Mead, 503, Mich. 205, 2019, the officer here did not have permission to search a closed bag in a compartment that he could have easily identified who it was and asked for permission. He did not have a search warrant to open that bag. With that, I would ask that the search be suppressed. The weapons in this matter is not
Well, it is within the district court purview because we are considering whether or not there's sufficient evidence to bind the defendant over. It is proper to bring a motion to suppress, which might not be entirely what this is, but the court can consider it as such when determining whether or not there's enough probable cause to bind a defendant over. In this case, the people are well aware of, I'm sorry, not the people, the court is well aware of People versus Meade. In that case, is very clear that a person cannot consent away the rights of another in the search of a motor vehicle. In that case, which might be a little distinguishable from this case at hand, that case, the people received consent to search a motor vehicle. The parties were removed from the vehicle, but prior to removal of the vehicle, my recollection is that a person was holding a backpack. That backpack was left in the vehicle, who would have been a passenger of the vehicle, and law enforcement searched the vehicle. The Michigan Supreme Court held that the driver could not consent away the rights of a person in their backpack and therefore found the search unreasonable and unlawful. In this case, while the officer testified that he believed he had probable cause to search the truck, the cab of the truck, based on what he found in the duffel bag, the ammunition, he did not go in through a probable cause search, as indicated in a roundabout way, because we had some objections to hearsay. But it came out that he had essentially obtained permission to search the vehicle through another person. Now, that question becomes whether or not there was sufficient showing of ownership in the what was described essentially as a woman's purse underneath the passenger seat of the truck. But it's also clear, at least to this court, based on the testimony, that the passengers weren't given the opportunity to claim or disclaim any association with items in the truck before they were searched. As such, I do find that this search was an illegal search under People versus Meade. The court will suppress the firearm that was located pursuant to the search. And because the firearm has been suppressed, I find there is not probable cause to bind the case over to the circuit court. Therefore, the case is dismissed without prejudice, which means, Mr. Lassiter, if the prosecution can rebring the case, if they present other evidence to the court at a preliminary examination, but as of the time being, I am dismissing the case without probable cause. Do you have any questions about that?
No, sir, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Champion, Mr. Carnes, anything else for the record?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you.
The judge suppressed the firearms and dismissed the case, relying on People versus Meade, a 2019 Michigan Supreme Court decision that drew a clear line. A driver cannot consent away the Fourth Amendment rights of a passenger. When the trooper opened the bag without asking who it belonged to, and without giving anyone the chance to claim or disclaim it, the search crossed that line. The ammunition found in the duffel bag may have created suspicion, but suspicion alone does not allow a warrantless search of a closed container belonging to someone who never gave consent. The Michigan Supreme Court was clear in People versus Meade. Consent to search a vehicle does not automatically extend to closed containers inside that vehicle when those containers belong to someone who never gave permission. The firearms were suppressed, and without those firearms, there was no probable cause to send the case forward to circuit court. The case was dismissed without prejudice, meaning the prosecution could refile if additional evidence became available. But on that day in Judge Wiggins' courtroom, the answer to the question was clear. Before opening that bag, officers needed permission from the person it belonged to.